Hi everyone, first time out on my new bike. We're going to have a little look to see how my first impressions are with it. I'm going to get used to the brakes and the gear selection. I'm going to bed the brakes in a little bit first as well. But don't forget everyone, this is all Ashley. So we'll see what's going on. It feels nice and light and quite a comfortable seating position if I was honest. I was on the hoods then. I'm going to go left. Just get a feel for the brakes. I think as with most bikes you need to get the brakes bedded in a little first. But honestly, quite comfy. I'm actually surprised, if I was honest, at the comfort levels. It's a little too far forward for me, and this is one thing that I am going to be looking at, that if you are further forward, and I'm on the hoods at the minute, but if I'm down here, I have to lift my neck to then get a good view of the road, and I don't think it's particularly good. But does it mean that you have to be like that all the time? No. Just see what goes on. I'm actually surprised at the comfort on the roads as well. I've got to get used to the tyres. The tyres are what came with the bike. I did message Travis the other night and asked him for a little bit of advice on the best tyres, but see what these are like first. I have got, like I had a little comment in the build video, I have got dark grey or black bike, so I do have to make sure I am going to be seeing my camera slipping down on the front, so we might have to adjust that on occasions. That's okay. Now, what am I going to do? I have got time to just get through into there. Get used to using the brakes on the hoods. Doesn't feel right to me, that though. Doesn't feel as though I've got enough of a purchase on the brakes to be able to stop quickly, and that's not my so-called prejudice, as people would call it. Doesn't feel right. If there was an issue, that would not be a good place to be doing the braking, in my opinion. So we will wait till we're out of this junction. I'm going to pull my camera up a bit and tighten it a little touch further. Hopefully you can still see me. I do feel as though I've got my seat in the correct position as well. I am using my hybrid pedals for now. It's just a case of flipping my feet round on them at the appropriate time. I've got my Varia set up as well, so I'm seeing what's going on behind. I do need to readjust my camera position. It is dropping down a little bit. No issues. What's it like over potholes and stuff and imperfection? Actually a lot better than I expected. I purposely went in that one. That's a skill. Gearing down as I'm using the brakes. We're good. There's my pocket of space. I'm happy in secondary for now. All good. So, should I go past on this left side? Not now. Although this driver should give me priority, I ain't going to risk it. Okay. Priority through, or primary through the junction. No issues. Finding I'm not using the Varia much because I'm just aware of what's going on. I'm happy for people to overtake. No issues. First impressions of the gear set are very slick. Let's try the bigger cog. Needs a slight little adjust. To be fair, you can probably keep it going comfortably on the bigger cog. Okay, no issues. Lights could change, so I'm ready for them. We're behind, no worries. Gear down a few. Just drop that cog. No, I'm alright. Okay. Quick little adjust of my camera. No problems. First impression's pretty good though. Okay. No problems. Staying positive through the junction. Now I'll head slightly more to the left hand side and get my feet position sorted. You know what? First, that was a bit close. First thing I'm going to do is get shut of these hybrid pedals. I could clip in comfortably. So where should I filter? Here. I filter the other side. If there's a place to filter, it's out here. Yes, I can clear the yellow box. Not going to make the same mistakes as I did with the motorbike the other month. Thank you. Have I been seen? Yep. And I'll go back to secondary again. That was pretty successful. I was quite happy with that. Not going to go on the right hand side this time. Just going to avoid that manhole cover. Make sure there's no people first. I think I'm alright, just trundling down this inside. Okay. Honestly, pretty good first impressions. Personal opinion is I was more out of breath and working harder on my Engway electric assisted bike than I was on this. So straight away I am calling BS on all those people who say ride a proper bike. You forget I was a professional sportsman. Done a ton of bike riding. One coming from the right now. I'm good. I'm going back in here as well. Yeah, I did a ton of cycling, absolute load of it. So it's not an issue, never has been. Actually quite like the road bike, hate to say it. Where am I going to go here? I think I'm just going to be seen. I'm going to readjust my camera. We should be alright again. Just aware of this van to the right hand side. He had a little edge forward as soon as he saw me. So I might just move off slowly and then take from there. But first impressions of the bike are good. Everything works well. I had a quick look over it and it didn't seem to need to adjust anything, so the lights are going to change. I'm just aware of this guy. He's edging. So I'm obviously triggered. Not us yet. That surprises me because the sequence of the lights, people beeping up. What are you doing, mate? They're not. They're not.
These lights are broke.
They're not. They're not. They work off sensors.
That's what it is.
They work off sensors.
They've gone twice, all of them.
And what it's probably been is because someone's gone too far, and then maybe there's been a hold up and there's no movement. They will cycle through. They'll cycle through. They work off sensors, buddy. I know. They work off sensors. I haven't got time to explain to you then. Just get back in your car. Now they'll probably change.
Yeah, go lads, they're gone.
They're on green. Okay, no problems. So people don't realise how they work. You try and explain to people and you just get a face on and then stare at you. Anyway, I'm going to turn left. Now signalling. It's alright, the bike's actually quite stable, to be fair. I just fancied going down to the drops to get that done. Yeah, I'm actually surprised on how stable the bike is, even riding with one hand. I expected a little bit more movement with a shorter distance between the bars compared to the mountain bike that I'm used to. We used to cut our mountain bike bars down for a little bit more manoeuvrability, but no, it's okay. I'm good here. Let's gear down a little bit. And again, do my utmost to keep things moving, which is no issues. I'm going before them. Thank you. Okay. There was never an issue. I was never going to impede them walking. So there's a decision to be made with these rules. And that's why I think the DVSA, ironically, as we're going past Norris Green Test Centre, that's why I think that those rules were rushed out without little thought. I think they were pressured by certain lobby groups. Anyway, it's all okay. lights. So primary through the junction, don't get pressured. When you're happy, back to secondary. The looks behind are just to say, I've seen you. And now I'm going to go, happy to go past. I'm going to slow slightly, just so they've got time to clear before that. And again, I had to adjust because of the poor overtake from the Vauxhall. No issues. All under my own steam, don't forget, people. So, second exit at the roundabout. Nice little gap, I'll have that. Showing position-wise where I'm going. Just back it up with a signal. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop somewhere and see whether I can just adjust this position of this camera. A little bit off the cuff, today's ride. It was just, got a little bit of free time. Tell you what I'll do. Then I'll go with the new bike. So, while I adjust this, squish that nicely. That's okay, doesn't matter. Is that what I need to do? A little bit more, possibly. Anyway, first impressions are good. Comfort-wise, it's been much better than I thought. I know I've picked quite a conservative bike. I get that, I understand that. Now I need to go down a bit with these. I know I've picked quite a conservative bike as a first one. It's not extreme in its position. I need to readjust my front light. I need to readjust my camera. And then we should be a little bit better now. That's better. Hopefully it stays there. So yeah, I've been quite conservative with the bike choice, but comfort-wise, even saddle on the road, I think it's a big deal. Here's a little test. Gear down when I'm going slow, nice and smooth. I'm glad I went for the Shimano equipped bike. There was a micro shift one. Honestly, haven't heard of it. So, no problems. Do we even need to come too much off the saddle and pedals for that? No. Out early for the one approaching behind. Stay here. Aware. Learner. Is the learner going to see me? All good. Learners make mistakes, don't forget. I'll slow down a little bit for this speed bump. I'm up on the pedals for that one. But overall, my camera's gone again. Do need to park in, else that'll fall off. Right, let's get this camera sorted once and for all. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the recording a sec, get this fixed. We'll be on it again shortly. I think that's probably the better idea. Just to be a little bit more upright. Yeah, I'm still going to be visible with that. So all I've done is just swap my light round to make sure my light is positioned not too high up. Okay. So yeah, quietly impressed. It also leads me on to think, if these bikes are like this, how do people then get it so wrong? In some of the videos that I've analysed, the one up in Edinburgh springs to mind, where the cyclist was late anticipating. That's all it is. It's not the vehicle you operate, it's the person operating it. So Have I got caught out by absolutely anything? No. So that should be the case when you're riding. Okay. It's quite a bumpy road surface, but it's still okay. What I am going to do is I'm going to hook a left. I will learn which way I'm going. They change their mind. I think I can fit in comfortably there. Okay, no worries with that. Crossing could change, will change. No bothers. I think that camera's holding station now. Haven't looked at my rear radar very much. I think I said when I reviewed it that I would prefer to rely on my own awareness and make sure I'm communicating with the people behind. But it's a useful addition. Here, notice position primary. I don't want anyone coming back in this lane 1 before I've got to get back out. We've got a little interesting roundabout a little bit further up. Remember an examiner years ago saying to one of my students, we're going ahead at the roundabout, second exit, but for this roundabout and this roundabout only, use the right lane. You don't need to. You've just got to be aware of people in the right lane turning left. I did do a video on this one as well. It's used to bend round 2 lanes round, so going to be super aware. Pocket of space, even on a bike. No one's approaching behind. Got a lovely gap to flow on. Safe. Haven't been seen by everyone. Doesn't matter. I can be cleared. I'm even going to put a left signal on to help the Mini. Stay in primary. Okay, all good. This road surface is a bit sketchy, so I'm just staying out here a second, get past the junction, and then people can get back in. Is there no one approaching now? Oh! Didn't see that one, because I'm probably looking up too much. Okay, tell you what I'll do then. To make things a little awkward, how to deal with stuff, I am going to turn right at the next set of lights. Just staying in primary, because we are turning right. Give them an early indication of where I'm going and why I'm here. Second one. Try and think of flow. Can stop there. That's all okay. Okay, no problems. So this road that I'm going on is too narrow for an overtake if I'm in secondary, let alone in primary. But the thing with it is that there's a solid no crossing line. So we're just going to have a look on how I deal with this. I'm not going to be, shouldn't be overtaken. Honestly, we've got to be sensible. There are certain situations that some of the rules might have to be bent a little to allow traffic flow for everyone. So we're going to have a look at it. Let's put an early right signal on again just before to go. and we are good. So on with it, get those legs working, Ashley. No problem, we don't need electrical assistance. So here, staying in primary. We don't want any overtakes at this point. So, fine. Doesn't matter what speed you're doing. Now, come back to secondary. What's that then said to this vehicle behind? Thank you. That was John as well. Lovely guy. Nice work, John. Wouldn't expect anything less. John, Hanfield School of Motoring, specialises in teaching deaf students. Lovely guy. Nice driving instruction as well. So here, on with it again. Yes, there's a vehicle approaching. No, I'm not going to be bullied. There's a reason why we're here. And then across the other side, I'm then going to slow. And if they really want to overtake, they can, but not yet. It's not the time to. Now, a clear indication, although they shouldn't, I'm above 10. If they wish to, I'm happy for them to. Be accommodating. It's not difficult. See if you do things in the correct way, how other motorists work with you. Most of the time, you're always going to get arses, but most of the time it's not an issue. Up a gear. Don't know what sort of pace I'm setting, but it's not about pace. Again, what am I doing now? Go down a gear, give them a chance to overtake. Little thumbs up to say thanks. No problems. So, Croxteth Hull Lane. That's what I'd be doing in that situation. What's your thoughts? Not going to filter, gap in the traffic, it's likely lights could change, and they do. So, even kept it moving. Not going to bother with the track stand just yet. Early positive signal. No one's coming past. One thing I was worried about a little was the grip from these skinny tyres. Just going to hold back and let them come back if they need to. Positive secondary. Past if you want, but I'm always aware this is a problem. No, it's not. Turned, no issues. Still others coming, oncoming traffic. Nice job. Just about acceptable. Primary to go around the bend. Secondary back, overtake if you wish, as long as it's safe. Come up, thank you. Okay. So going back to Croxteth Hull Lane, not everyone's going to be at the pace that I was riding at, but just think of how I went about doing it. No probs. Not going to signal with the roundabout, don't need to. all good. I've come up here as well, just winging it, to have a look at possibly the worst possible cycle lane while I've been driving past it. It's a bit further up, so we will go and have another nosy. Hopefully my camera's all lost. Vehicle approaching, just aware of the oncoming one in relation to what I'm hearing. On the bend, just going to take my position. Right signal to let them know why. And then again, settle time. Yeah, the tyres. I was going to get some new tyres, but yeah, first impressions have been pretty strong. Not a big deal, to be honest. I have just bought a couple of inner tubes. Didn't have any of this size, pretty obviously. So we've got a couple of them. Haven't bought them with me today. Curse. Tempting fate, possibly. Now, this cycle area is a little touch further up here. Vehicle approaching. I know, can hear. And I think this is where it starts. Maybe not. This one's coming up for quicker. Poor overtake. I was better off because I had a good view, just keeping closer to that junction to the left hand side. Doesn't matter, I'll fix it. This is Stockbridge Village, what used to be known as Cantrell Farm many years ago. That's okay. Again, maybe a few of these have been closer than a metre and a half, but honestly, they've been done with care. I'm never going to be that type of cyclist who reports things over nothing. Pocket of space to flow into. And this is this bike lane. I'm going to go off here. I'm just going to hang on a sec for this guy. And this is the cycle area that I wanted to have a little look at. So before we go any further, readjust my camera a little again. I'll slip down a tad. Someone said to me about getting an old inner tube, cut it up and put it round. I haven't done that yet, but it is something that I am going to do. Again, it's just time for me, unfortunately. So, have a little look at this for a cycle area. I thought it was pretty rubbish, but actually on the scheme of things, it's not. It's pretty good. It goes on here. It's still a shared path, I think so. So what am I going to do with this pedestrian? Give her plenty of room. But have a look at the markings. There were a few back there where cars had to give way to me, but it's not the case here. Like this next one, it's different. So the consistency with this is atrocious. Would I trust any vehicle to then do that? No. I think it's again part of the normal second-rate cycling infrastructure that is in our city. Look at that drop down there. If I was to come off, had a bike malfunction, what would happen? You're straight under a car. So all I would say that if you're riding fast or faster, honestly, riding the roads, and car drivers need to understand that as well, that is the case. So is this where the cycle area ends? It is. So how am I going to come back? The vehicles do have priority. Just going to slow and let this one pass and look for a little gap after. No problems. Roundabout's the second one, the Lexus, that I'm interested in. I'm okay with that. Let's get off the saddle and pedal. That's okay. And the left signal shows everyone that I'm not continuing further around, as well as that Corsa that I'm going in this road. This is heading up towards Knowsley Village. There's a little bit of a faster road that I'm going to deal with for now. Got to get ourselves up this hill. Vehicle approaching. Okay. Primary gives you that option to go back if it is one of those overtakes. I don't want anyone to come past me yet. Hold my position. Aware of the junction to the left also, in case I need an escape route. I'm all right now. Thank you. Let's get these legs working. All good. Now I'm going to take a little breather because I'm unfit. Compared to some, I'm not, but compared to me, I am. So, just watching people, ready to deal with it. Should they be passing then? No. But this is where I'm not too fussed, as long as they do it safely. Not a problem. Oh, another gear. Going faster than that. They don't half keep the speed nicely, these road bikes as well. No one behind. All good. The Varia's working well. Glad I did get it, and I think what I'll do, vehicle approaching, I think what I'll do, I'll keep it on this Decathlon, didn't even say at the start, Triban RC500 if you didn't see the put together video. Just shows you don't have to go off and spend thousands of pounds to get out on a bike. It's not a cheap bike, 629 quid, paid 20 quid delivery. However, it's performed as I probably would have expected first time round, faultlessly. Have we had any further issues on the 40 limit? No. Notice the jacket, I've got my other high-vis jacket on. This one's not waterproof, but it is much more reflective. Prefer this one, if I was honest. Probably going to be sore in the morning, aren't I? Using muscles that I haven't used for a little while, but I think quite categorically we've shown those e-bike prejudice Twitter users, honestly, makes a mockery, doesn't it, of what you've said. Trying to tell an ex-professional sportsman, even though he's a stone overweight, you're telling an ex-professional sportsman about fitness. Honestly, levels. I haven't done a ride like this in years. Unbelievable. Anyway, they're the people I'm really trying to get to, who ride a bike. Most of the people who ride a bike are perfectly safe, perfectly logical and sensible. They do not want to play the victim all the time. They just want to enjoy the bicycle and get to their destination as safely as they can, whilst getting a little bit fitter. But mainly these experiences, I hope, go out to people who who just drive and who don't ride. That for me would be brilliant, to get that appreciation of what it's like on a push bike. Road bikes though, honestly no different. So I'm actually disappointed about some people's attitude towards them. People have been saying you'll really enjoy it. Yes, I have done. So thank you to all those supportive people. Too close. No excuses. None. So because of that, that one gets reported. Nothing to do with the fact that it's a taxi. Zero. But they had plenty of room and they didn't give it. Not good enough. So yeah, to all the people who are saying e-bike this and mountain bike that, get a life. Cycling should be all inclusive for anyone. It doesn't matter whether you've got to ride an e-bike to get out pedalling and stop using the car. It's just elitist bullshit. You know better than people who think they're better than anyone else because they drive a BMW or an Audi or a Range Rover. Quite pathetic attitude. So, what have I got to think of in between now and home? This one's okay. I've got to make sure I keep my brain working because I am getting a little tired now. So you've got to keep your brain working. Maybe take it down a notch speed-wise. Plenty of space for an overtake. Gave me loads. Fabulous. Range Rover. Brilliant. Now, that was also very good. Evening. And where am I going to go? I'm going to go ahead, I think. We'll head down the cycle path down the side of the Lancs. We'll go and have a little look at that. It's getting dark now. The cameras do make the light look a lot lighter than it actually is. So I've tried to build a little bit of pace to keep momentum up the hill. But we'll just get my head down and get working. But remember what's going on around. No one's approaching. If you've got to drop a gear, so be it. If this is a comfortable geometry bike, hate to see an uncomfortable one. It's quite far forward all the way on the hoods. I've been holding it here a little bit more. Nice. Have a little breather. Drop a cog. I'm actually going to drop this cog as well and put it up a couple on that one. Try and have your chain as straight as you can. You don't want it on the highest or the biggest cog, both ends. Thank you. Nice appreciation. Like that. Good road users. We've only had the taxi up to now. Okay. I'm probably going to start chatting nonsense because I'm tired. I'm going to show you where I'm going to ride down. But I've got another 3 or 4 miles on the way back in. Doesn't matter how long it takes me. The point is, road bike, first ride, pleased with it. Does it make me tempted to get rid of the mountain bike? No. Mountain biking is, I'm saying my blood, but it's what I have always done. So, not getting rid of that one. E-bikes though, I still think it's important for me to have a look at them, to give people an idea, whatever your fitness level is, what's out there. So honestly, thanks a lot for tuning in. Do you think I've made the correct decision with my purchase? Is there any little bits that you would have done differently? We're all here to learn. Please write in the comments what you think. I'll see you all soon.